Hello and welcome to another video lesson on how to write an essay. In this lesson we're going to go over the outline of what's involved in writing a discussion essay. Now before we begin that, I just thought we'd take a second to show what the difference is between an argument essay and a discussion essay. And if you watched the video before this one, you know that an argument essay states the writer's opinion at the beginning, and you probably recall this is called a thesis, and supports it being the writer's opinion with evidence. Now a discussion essay is a little bit different. A discussion essay analyzes the opinions of others and gives the writers at the end. Okay, so in a way, an argument essay and a discussion essay are kind of inverted versions of each other. In the argument essay, you're giving your opinion right at the beginning. You're saying, this is what I believe, and then the whole essay, you're saying why you believe this. In a discussion essay, you're looking at the opinions of other people. So basically, you're saying, I'm looking at this person's opinion, I'm looking at this person's opinion, and at the end, you say which one you feel is stronger, and which one you would agree with. So in a way, you're not giving your opinion at all until the end of the essay. Okay, so now if we focus just on discussion essays, discussion essay. Now a discussion essay has 4 paragraphs. First being an introduction paragraph, second being a supporting paragraph, third being a second supporting paragraph, and the last being a concluding paragraph. And I'm just going to mark these as number 1 and number 2 so we can keep track of them easier. So now the discussion essay follows the exact same paragraph format as the argument essay. You're starting with an introduction paragraph, you're following this with a supporting paragraph, and then following that with another supporting paragraph, and then finishing with a concluding paragraph. Okay, now inside of each of these paragraphs are a number of sentences, and each sentence has its own job to do. So if we take the introduction paragraph, the first sentence is a background statement on the topic that we're writing about. The second is a detailed background statement. So it's basically a little bit more information on the topic that we introduced in the first sentence. The third sentence is the points of view on the topic that will be analyzed. So we're looking at maybe it's, if you're writing this for an IELTS exam, it's going to be probably 2 points of view on the topic that you're going to look at. Okay, and then obviously the first one is going to appear in supporting paragraph 1, and the second one is going to appear in supporting paragraph 2. Now the last sentence is simply an outline sentence, which is basically telling us the order we will discuss these points of view in. So it's just saying that you could even just say these points of view will be discussed in this order, which means that whatever order you said them in the third sentence, the sentence here, that will be the order that they will appear in the supporting paragraphs. Okay, so if we take a make-believe statement such as McDonald's is a great restaurant. Now if the question is discuss the statement, well, we're going to come up with 2 points of view on this topic. So the first perhaps being that McDonald's is a great restaurant, the second one being that McDonald's is not a great restaurant. And we're going to say those 2 points of view in the third sentence of the introduction paragraph. Okay? Now, so if we come down to supporting paragraph 1, so supporting paragraph 1 is basically talking about point of view number 1. So the first sentence, it just gives a statement of point of view 1. And if we just remember our little talk about McDonald's, well, here we would say it is believed by some that McDonald's is a great restaurant. Okay, that's just stating the first point of view that we're analyzing. Now, if you listen to the way that I said that, I did not say in any way that that's my opinion. I said that's the opinion of others. It is believed by some that McDonald's is a great restaurant. The second sentence is an example that supports point of view 1. Now perhaps we don't think that McDonald's is a great restaurant, and it's kind of funny, but that doesn't matter. In this paragraph, we because we're writing a discussion essay, we have to show some evidence that supports point of view number 1. Okay, just to kind of show that we're discussing it. We're looking at the pros and the cons, the good things, the bad things about each point of view. Now, following this example, we give a discussion statement. Okay, the discussion statement links the example to the point of view. So for example, we might say something along the lines of, as this example shows, McDonald's is a very impressive restaurant. Depending on what our example is, maybe we're talking about how good the food is or how clean the restaurant is. Okay. Now the last sentence is our conclusion sentence. And this conclusion sentence just gives us a supportive statement to those that would agree with point of view number 1. So it's a supporting statement to those who agree with point of view 1. So for example, we might say something like, thus it is understandable why many people feel that McDonald's is a great restaurant. Now once again, I'm using language that somewhat distances myself and my opinion from this point of view. I'm saying this is the opinion of other people, and I understand why they would think it's a great restaurant. I'm not saying that I think it's that, but I understand why they think it's that. Okay. Now supporting paragraph 2 is going to talk about point of view number 2, which in this case would be that McDonald's is not a great restaurant. So, I think it's a little bit difficult to see. Okay. So the first sentence is a statement of point of view 2. The second being an example supporting point of view 2. The third being once again a discussion sentence. And this discussion sentence links the example of point of view 2 with the statement. And finally a conclusion, which once again shows that we understand why some people support this point of view. which is that McDonald's is not a great restaurant. Okay. So thus far, we have introduced the 2 points of view, and we've supported both points of view. Now, in an IELTS exam, you're pressured in 2 ways. You're pressured for time, and you're also pressured for length. And if we were to actually write a real discussion essay, well, of course, we'd look at the negatives as well of both of these topics. But that's not going to be possible with the length. We're only given 250 to 300 words to write with, and if we start talking about the negatives, then that's going to put us way over. So now if we come down to a concluding paragraph, now the concluding paragraph is made up of 3 sentences, which, if you recall, is the same as the concluding paragraph for the argument essay. The first one is a summary of points of view analyzed. So the points of view we looked at: points of view number 1 that support McDonald's, points of view number 2 that don't support McDonald's. This is a sentence that sort of summarizes those 2 areas that we looked at. The second sentence is a statement of our point of view. So we're just saying whether we feel that we more so agree with point of view number 1 or we more so agree with point of view number 2. So we'd structure this as something like, after analyzing both points of view, it's obvious that point of view number 2 is stronger, or it's obvious that McDonald's is not an impressive restaurant, or however we want to word it. And then the last sentence is a prediction or a recommendation. So taking our hypothetical essay about McDonald's, and if we agree more so with point of view number 2 that McDonald's is not a great restaurant, then we can say it is recommended for the above reasons that attending McDonald's is not an intelligent idea. I'm not sure. We'd say something like that. I'm kind of pulling that off the top of my head. Okay, so then that's the breakdown of a discussion essay. And so now, following this lesson, I'm going to put together a lesson where we'll actually write a discussion essay together, so you can see this sort of skeleton in action. Okay, thank you very much for listening.